Miss Lightbourne. Miss Lightbourne, back to you. But I want to get back to you, Miss Lightbourne. Thank you so much for that amazing introduction. You know, I feel blessed and fortunate to always have the pleasure of working with you. But welcome everyone to tonight's IOU team training call. It's every Wednesday at 9 p.m. where we get nuggets, we get refreshers. You know, you get your, how to say, confidence back about your business, you know, because we all family here, you know. But tonight, guys, please have a pen and pad. Tonight will be an interactive training, meaning you will, you know, the host will ask you questions, we will ask you questions, you can answer questions. But I just want everyone to know to take forth what we got going on here. This is a movement we got going on, and it's a movement with positivity. It's a movement with, you know, abundance, with financial abundance. We are here to change the world. We are on a mission. We are on a mission to get 1,800 credit scores. We are on a mission to close the wealth gap. We can only do that by doing our business. But we're here on the training to learn more about our business. If you have any more questions, please, you know, it's a text message here. We can also ask any leaders here that you see. You know, post myself, Shit Shields, post Miss Sophia Lightbourne, Earl Frambo, Daryl. We have a lot of leaders, you know, and everybody's stepping up into a leadership role as well. But I'm not going to keep y'all too long because, you know, once again, this is IOU. You know how IOU do. You know, we making sure everybody's here, have a safe environment. We make sure everybody you go get out on time. But little house rules, make sure your phone is muted at all time when someone is speaking. Sorry to say that, I know. And make sure you got a pen and pad ready. Have any questions, you know, make sure you text it. You might see the end of the thing. But I'm going to get out the way because, like I said, I'm going to pass over to Miss Sophia Lightbourne. She has a lot of nuggets for you guys tonight. Not only nuggets, she has a lot of situations for you guys, meaning what to do if you're in a situation. You know, that's what she's good at. She's good at breaking stuff down. But I'm going to get to Miss Sophia Lightbourne. You know, she's from Bahamas, but she is currently in Florida. You know, I just want to be out there because New York is getting me tight. But I love this lady because she is selfless. You think I'm selfless? She is selfless. You know what I'm saying? She makes sure everyone is good. People that's in a organization and not in the organization. She makes sure everyone eats, meaning everyone gets knowledge, make sure everybody gets paid. So I believe in her. I make sure she does what she got to do. And I don't trust a lot of people. I trust her. I trust my upline, Shit Shields. But I know for a fact she makes sure she get it done. So without being said, Miss Sophia Lightbourne, take it away.
Thank you so much, Jamel. Can you hear me okay?
I hear you loud and clear, ready for these nuggets.
Awesome. Thank you so much, man. I got to give it back to Jamel. Like I said, you know, I appreciate everything you do, Mel, for the whole squad. And, you know, don't worry, it doesn't go unnoticed. You know, and he's, guys, if you're kind of new to the team, what you want to know about Jamel is that the guy who you just heard speaking to you is not the same person he was 3-4 years ago. You know, he was super shy, real quiet, you know, always kind of falling back, and now he's really growing into leadership and leading forward. So, you know, he's a great example of what happens when you stick and stay and plug in. You know, but tonight, guys, you know, like Mel said, tonight's going to be a little bit more interactive than usual. You know, usually it's kind of, we pick a topic, we train on it, things that can help you to develop the skill set and the mindset to grow your business. But tonight, I'm going to give you guys, you know, 10 quick tips on how you can really start to, you know, dominate or take your life and your business to the next level. And then after that, you know, for the most of this call for about 40 minutes, right? I want it to be open forum, you know, Q&A. Anything that you need, anything that you're feeling, anything that you need to discuss with someone who maybe has been in the business a little longer than you, I may have the answers that you need. You know, we want to make sure we get all of those things addressed tonight, okay? So tonight, guys, I hope you've got pen and paper because you're going to want to jot down some notes. Shouts out to everyone who's registered and will be either live at Marketing Mastery this weekend in Atlanta with Dr. Carlton Calhoun or streaming live from your house, okay? So make sure you guys are in a place where you come with expectation from this event. You know, you want to make sure when you attend events, even when you attend trainings like these, you always have some type of expectation, something that you want to take away, you know, when you leave those events, right? Because they say if you ask no questions, right, you get no answers. And it's the same thing at these events. If you don't have certain expectations at the events, it's going to be hard to take away, you know, the maximum, you know, when you attend. So shout out to everyone. I'm looking forward to seeing all of you guys at the cruise as well in July. You know, get excited. Anybody show of hands, you know, drop in the chat who's going to be on the Nove cruise, you know, in July, heading back to the Bahamas from Florida. I don't see nobody. You know what? I'm going to be on the cruise with myself. Me and Shiz's going to be on there by ourselves, right? No one from the squad. Okay, I see Mel. All right. Who else? I know Chris Dior going to be there. I know Deandra's going to be there. Cynthia's going to be there. You know,
I'm in there.
All right. Earl Fambro's there in the building. That's Miss Linda.
Will be there.
All right, I see Lala. We got Colorado going to be deep in there. All right, that's what I'm talking about. You know, I'm looking forward to seeing all of you guys, right? Because we're overdue for our reunion. And guys, I promise y'all we're going to have a good time, all right? So tonight, guys, grab your sheet of paper. I want to tell you 10 things, right? 10 lessons that we really got to start to implement to be great, okay? Not just in life, guys, not just in business, not just in Nove, but in life. 10 lessons. And if you're on here and you've got children, you may want to share these lessons with your kids. You know, this is something great for them to start to learn from now. You know, Kelly, if Jay is around, these are things you need to be taking notes on, right? Shout out to my man, Jay Money, you know, graduation. Right? The flyest kid ever, right? You know, we want to celebrate, you know, Jamela and Kelly just because they're part of this team and they're doing such an awesome job, you know, with Jay. You know, and we want to celebrate you guys because it's hard dealing with your business and dealing with family, right? Dealing with children, right? Dealing with life. Most people on this line tonight, you know, work a job and you're working your business. And I want you to really take a second and really give yourself kudos, man. Shout out to you. Because so often we beat ourselves up because of where we're not. You don't want to focus on what you don't have and where you are not. You want to focus on where you are. Okay? So celebrate the small things, guys. But tonight, we're going to talk about these lessons to really be great and to take your life to the next level. All right? So the first thing, guys, is you got to learn to be consistent. Write these down. These are powerful, guys. It's going to be quick, but it's going to be powerful. Because if you learn to be consistent, you realize that success is really based on consistency. Consistency beats brilliance any day. Consistency beats brilliance any day. Guys, the reason, you know, myself, the reason Shiz Shields, you know, the reason, you know, Jamel Jordan and Chris Dior and some of the leaders that you see as a part of our team, the reason that we're getting results in our business isn't because we're really that great at network marketing or that great at sales, right? We're just consistent. Consistency is going to give you results. Remember this, success is the natural consequence of consistent action. Success is the natural consequence or the natural result of consistent action. Anything that you do consistently will get you the result that you want. That's in anything, right? If you consistently make phone calls to prospects, you'll eventually get results. If you consistently follow up with people, some of them will get started. If you consistently go to the gym, you will start to get in better shape. If you consistently eat well, you will be healthier. Consistent action brings you results. So you've got to learn to be consistent. And that's one of the things that I think most people lack is consistency, right? We start stuff and we never finish it. Lack of consistency, right? We start a diet and then break it in 3 days. Lack of consistency. We start the gym, go twice and never go again. Lack of consistency. It's the same thing with your business, guys. You know, you get started in the business, you start piquing interest for 2 days and then you stop. You're not going to get a result if you're not consistent. Okay? So you got to learn to be consistent. That's the first lesson. The second lesson to be great is you got to learn to always have a plan. Always have a plan. One of my favorite sayings is if you fail to plan, then what? You plan to fail. So you've got to always have a plan. Okay? You've got to always have a plan. So you've got to realize that once you have a plan, you got to stick to the plan. Right? So many of us write our goals down, right? We set our goals. We have this plan. We got this blueprint for what we want to accomplish and what we want to achieve. And then that's as far as we get, writing it down. You got to follow through. It ain't about you know, the person with the brightest idea and the best plan is the person who executes the plan the best. So for you guys on the line, for us in this team in business, right? Our plan is to talk to 2 people at least per day, at least 2 new people a day. That's the plan. But the people who are on the leaderboards, the people who are getting checks are the people who are consistent with executing the plan. All right? So you've got to have a plan and you've got to execute it. Lesson 3. Okay, this one is a big one, guys. You got to learn to be happy. Learn to be happy. See, we're all in this to make money, right? We're in business to make money. You know, we go to work to secure our bills and, you know, to make sure that we got a roof over our head and food in the fridge. But let's not chase money. Let's make our end goal, guys, in life to be happy. Happiness is what we should be after. Learn how to be happy. See, so much times, guys, we focus on what we don't have and what we lack in our life that we forget to focus on the things that's bringing us joy. And we forget how to be happy. That's why I wanted every one of you guys to take a second and celebrate the small stuff that you're on this training tonight. You know, you're on this training. Celebrate that. You've got to learn how to handle disappointments. You've got to learn how to be happy even when no one signs up in your business for the month. You got to learn how to be happy even when, you know, you ain't got the money you want in your bank account. You've got to learn how to be happy if your kid wants something and you can't buy it for him because you just ain't got the bread, right? You've got to learn how to handle disappointments. Remember this, guys. Happiness is not an accident. Happiness is intentional. You got to choose to be happy, okay? Happiness isn't something you just fall into. You've got to design a life where you're happy. So I want you guys to start to learn to be happy. If y'all see me, I'm almost always smiling. When I got bad days, which I do, and I have them a lot, I just don't stay in that state of mind because I've learned how to be happy. I've learned how to pull the good even in my disappointments. So learn how to be happy. The 4th lesson, guys, is you've got to learn how to have discipline. Learn how to have discipline. Write that on your sheet of paper, discipline. We've got to be disciplined, okay? Did you know that the door or the key to wealth is just discipline? That's all it is. It's being disciplined enough, long enough to get the results you're looking for. That means that if right now your goal is a savings goal, right? You want to have $5,000 in your mini emergency. It isn't that you don't have the money passing through your hands. The problem is we're not disciplined enough to allocate the money where it's supposed to go. Discipline. Right? The reason your commission checks aren't, you know, what you want them to be is because you're not disciplined enough to talk to 2 prospects a day or 5 prospects a day or whatever that thing is that you chose. You've got to learn to be disciplined. Remember that, you know, satisfaction, pride, confidence, wealth, success, all of these things are just a result of discipline. So you've got to learn to be disciplined. All right? Remember, it's about execution. You've got to set the plan, be consistent, be disciplined enough to see the results that you're looking for. Okay? Write this down. This is something that our CEO, Mr. Rico McCambry, shared with us about 2-3 years ago, and it never left my mind. He said, either you're going to suffer from the pain of discipline or you're going to suffer from the pain of regret. Either way, you're going to feel pain. But are you going to feel the pain of being disciplined that's going to get you to a goal or the pain of regret? See, he said discipline weighs ounces, but regret weighs tons. So you got to choose, right? Choose. Are you going to suffer the pain of discipline or the pain of regret? So guys, we got to get more discipline, all right? And tonight we're talking about, you know, these 10 things for us to really be great, you know, for us to really get to the next level. Because I'm sure it's not only me, and we're going to open it up for questions and concerns and comments in a few. But this month, man, has been slow for the team. We haven't been working as hard as we can. We haven't been pushing as much as we can. We have not been reaching our full potential collectively, okay? And it's because we're not focusing on these things. We're not sticking to the plan. We're not setting goals, and we're not being consistent and disciplined enough to really get the results we want, all right? The 5th one, it kind of blends with the others, is you got to learn to set goals, right? Every single month, you should have a goal that you set for yourself in your business, in your income, you know, for your health, right? You want to set goals. So you got to start to learn to establish goals. All right? You should have setting goals every single week, every single day. Something that I'm really trying to be better at. And I'm transparent with you guys, right? Because we're on this journey together. You know, I'm trying to get to the next level in my business and my life as well. So one of the things I'm really trying to focus on and really trying to develop the discipline of right now is setting my goals in the night before I go to bed. I'm trying to plan out exactly what I need to accomplish the next day so that my next day is laser focused. My next day, I have an agenda that I have to get accomplished, right? Because it gives you more clarity. So start setting goals, guys. The number 6 lesson that we got to learn to go to the next level. All right, who's ready for number 6? Okay, number 6. You got to learn to love gaining new knowledge. Learn to love learning. Okay, learn to love getting new knowledge. You got to always be growing, right? There's something they say, either you're growing or you're dying. If you ain't learning, you're dying. So you got to start to fall in love with learning new stuff, right? Every day you want to be a little bit sharper than you were the day before. Every day you should be looking to learn something more than you knew before. Like every day that I wake up and I step out and I learn something new, I'm happy because I'm a little bit sharper, right? Iron sharpens iron, guys. You know, learn to love learning. Don't be one of those people who think they know it all. Because they say the most dangerous person is a person who thinks they know it all and has no clue. Right? So you got to fall in love with learning. Okay? So start to develop the discipline of reading a book. If you hate reading, develop a consistent discipline to read 5 pages a day. Right? Listen to 20 minutes of an audio a day. Right? Watch 5 minutes of motivational YouTube a day. It doesn't matter how long and how much. The key is doing it. Be developing the discipline and doing it consistently. All right. Number 7, you've got to, this is one a lot of people have a hard time with. You've got to learn to embrace change. Learn to embrace change. See, guys, we're all resistant to change. That's just in our human nature, right? That's in our innate nature, is to be resistant to change. We do what we're comfortable with. We don't like when anything comes and kind of rocks the boat, right? Or forces you to change or forces you to step outside your comfort zone. But you already know that nothing great comes in comfort zones, right? You got to step right outside your comfort zone and embrace change in order to grow. You've got to work harder on yourself than you do on your job or on your business. Learn to embrace change, guys. Fall in love with change. It's just meaning, you know, they say that pain, what do they say? Pain is just when you're growing, right? That's why it's called growing pains. When you feel pain, that means you're having a growth moment. If you're living your life and you ain't feeling no pain, that means you are comfortable. You're not growing. So you got to start to learn to embrace change. All right? Write this down. You cannot change your destination overnight, but you can change your direction. You cannot change your destination overnight, but you can change your direction. That means that if you feel like, you know, you're so far from the goal and you feel like you may even be going on the wrong path, overnight, you're not going to be able to switch in. You know, if you got 0 in your bank account now, tomorrow you're not going to have 10,000. But guess what? You can change your direction and get 100, 200, 300, and with consistent disciplined efforts, you'll get to the goal. All right? Number 8, learn to value time over money. Learn to value time over money. What does that mean? In life, guys, we get 2 types of equity, time and money, right? And typically this is how it works. Most people who have a whole lot of time on their hands, you know, like people who ain't got nothing going on, they got a lot of time, they usually ain't got no money, okay? If you got a lot of time, you usually don't have a lot of money. And the reverse is the same. People who have a lot of money usually don't have a lot of time. True or true? So what you've got to start to figure out is this. In life, this is how it works. Either you're going to, you know, spend your time to get some money, which is what 99% of the world does. We sell our time, right, at work, our hours in a day to be able to make some money. We're giving up our time for some money. But what wealthy people do, guys, is they give up their money to get their time back, right? They invest money to get time. So you got to start to value time over money, because wealth is measured in time. See, a lot of us think like, like, here's a concept, okay? Here's a concept, and the people who've been with us in Nove know this one. Income and cash flow are different, right? So income is measured in dollars, right? Wealth and cash flow is measured in time. So what that means is that you may be making, let's say you're big balling, you're an athlete, and you're making $1 million a year, but you went out here and bought the big house, the big car, right? You go into the club every night, so your expenses are $2 million. That means that, you're making $1 million, your expenses are $2 million. That means that you can only last about 6 months out of the year or half a year before your money runs up. True or true, right? Even though you're making $1 million. But you can have, someone like, let's use Darryl Smith, because I'm looking at his picture. You can have Darryl Smith, working for the Department of Education, right? And let's say Darryl is making $80,000 a year, but him and his wife, they know how to budget their money, and their expenses are only $40,000 a year. That means that Darryl has enough money to last him 2 years. Who do you think is richer? The person who had the $1 million but is broke in 6 months, or the person who's making less money but they don't have to work for 2 years? See, you got to value your time more than money. It's all about perspective, which leads us to the ninth thing. You got to learn the language of money. Guys, we got to start learning how money works. Money is a game, and if you don't understand how it works, you're going to lose the game. You got to start learning the language of money. We got to start learning things like stocks and bonds and IPO, right? And cash flow and inflation. And we've got to understand taxes. We got to understand credit. We got to understand debt. We've got to learn the language of money, because if anyone on this line tonight wants to have a lot of money, you got to understand the language, right? You got to understand the language of money. And the 10th thing, guys, is this. You got to learn consistently to build and maintain your faith. Faith. I had a post about it a couple days ago. Faith is believing in something bigger than yourself and attaching yourself to it. Faith is why you say affirmations, because you're speaking something that's unseen to you, but you know that you want to manifest it in your life. Faith. We may not all have the same faith, right? I believe in God. Some of you guys may not. That's all right. But you got to believe in something bigger than you, right? So what you want to do is build and maintain faith, because faith is what keeps you grounded. Faith is what keeps you going. Faith is what allows you to see the vision before you can see it in front of your eyes. That's what it is. Faith. Okay? So you got to learn to consistently build and maintain your faith. So guys, those were just 10 lessons, for us to really start to go to the next level. All of them may not be for you, but 1 or 2 of them may have stuck out for you. What's that thing that if you be 100% honest with yourself, that you're struggling in? What area? Is it consistency? Right? Is it discipline? Right? The reason that I don't have the money in my bank account that I want in my bank account, guys, at this very second, ain't because I don't make money. I've been blessed with learning I know how to make money. The reason I don't have what I want is because I ain't disciplined. I spend more than I should. And I'm developing that discipline. I'm going to be real, right? So I want you to ask yourself, what's the thing that's stopping you from really going to the next level? What's the thing that you know that you're weakest at? Because what we're going to start to do is we're going to start to hold each other accountable. Because the area where you're weak, right? I'm bad when it comes to spending money. I spend more than I should. But we got someone on the team like a Kelly Lindsay who's great at saving money. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to attach myself to Kelly so she can hold me accountable and help me where I'm weak. And I might have things that Kelly may be, Kelly's strong at saving money, but maybe she's weak at, let's say being consistent in prospecting. I may be able to help her there. So guys, we got to start to first identify where you're at and where your weakness is. We're not going to focus on your weakness, but we're going to attach you to someone who's strong in that area so we can hold each other accountable so we can all grow. Because I always say, the team is only as strong as its weakest link. So we all on this line trying to change our lives. We're all on here trying to, change our financial lives. We want to be financially free. So we can't have no weak links, right? So we got to make sure we make each other strong. So I hope that was valuable. But, for the next 30 minutes, I want to just make it open. I just want to open the lines, for questions, comments, concerns, anything that you want. any help you need, any question you want to ask, anything, guys. This is a safe zone. There's no judgment here, right? The only questions that, are dumb questions are the ones that aren't asked, but you're still thinking in your head. So feel free to unmute yourself, and you can direct the question to anyone on the team, and anyone on this team, is, if you're comfortable answering the question that's being asked, feel free to go ahead and answer. All right. So I'm gonna just go ahead and mute myself. Anyone who has comments, questions, concern, this is the time. Don't be shy. Don't be shy.
Hi, Sophie.
Hi, Sophia.
Hi, Sophia and Anthony. How y'all doing?
Yeah, I don't have a question, but somebody wants to say hi and he's driving me crazy. So go ahead, Anthony.
So,
Say hi.
hi.
Hi, Anthony. How are you?
I'm good.
Awesome. I'm going to see you in Atlanta this weekend.
Yes.
Yes.
Awesome. I can't wait to see you, and I've got something for you, okay?
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Did you get some good information from the training tonight? Were you listening to us?
Yes.
Awesome. So you have a good night, okay?
Okay.
All right. Thanks, Cynthia. See, we got IOU junior members and all, guys.
Hey, so I see Keisha said, can you repeat 8 and 9?
Sorry about that. Number 8 is learn to value time over money. Okay. And number 9 is learn the language of money. We got to start learning. Like, if you guys see some of the books I got, right? Let me see. I got, like, where is it at? I think I put it up. I already put it up. But I have like a Dave Ramsey book. I got like Susie Orman books, right? And it's not because I really subscribe to their philosophies, but it's just that they money people. I need to learn the language of money, right? Because we're in the financial services industry, guys. Not saying that you got to be a guru or you got to be an expert out the gate, but you do want to know more, right? You should know more about finances, credit, business funding, things like that. You should know more about it in 6 months of being in the business than the day you started. If you are in the business 6 months and you still only know as much as you knew when you started, that means you're not learning, right? You're not growing. Like, shout out to my man Rome Vibe, right? I be watching Rome's posts. Rome is constantly adding value to the marketplace because he's always educating on something about business funding, right? He's always educating on how you can use your EIN without your social security number. The only way he's able to make those posts is because he's taking the time to learn. He's learning the language because he wants to sell to those people, so he's got to become an expert, and that's what he's doing. And I guarantee y'all guys, the seeds that Rome is planting, I'm watching him. Rome gonna have mad business funding credits clients real soon. He's just planting the seeds, and that's because he's taking the time to learn, so that's what I'm talking about, Rome. Big ups. Don't think I don't be seeing you, boy.
Yo, real quick. Top of the top, everybody.
What up?
Ain't nothing. So how you? So
I'm good, man. I feel like a giant.
that's what it is. I feel like a god. Let's do it. But real quick, for everybody that's on this line, especially for those that may feel like they're not getting the results they're looking for right now, this is the perfect time to find out what it is that you're missing, or what it is that you don't have, or what it is that you may not be good at doing right now that could actually help get you to the next level. Don't be afraid to ask the question, please, yo. A closed mouth don't get fed. Like, don't sit here and have the opportunity, an open forum, to ask whatever question you want in regards to your business or what can help you go forward, and you don't utilize the opportunity. Then 3-6 months later, you like, oh, it didn't work for me. But you didn't even take advantage of the opportunity. You're not taking advantage. You got top earners on this line. You got top leaders on this line. You got people who getting real results. Ask the question. Ask the question. And that's the same thing at events. Like, I don't know about y'all, but so to tell you, when we first started going to events, every opportunity we got around to be around top earners and people who are multimillionaires, like people who are really getting massive results that we wanted, we was on them like bees to honey, man. Like it was no way they was shaking us. We go to lunch with them. We eat dinner with them. We party with them. Like any opportunity we had to get next to them, just to plug their brain, like just to find out what's going on or how do we get to the next level? Like what is it that we could do in our business to get us to the next level? We ask. Take advantage of this opportunity, y'all. Take advantage of it. Don't be afraid to ask the question. There's no dumb questions here. And we're a team. It's not like as if we at some corporate meeting. This IOU. This us. You understand what I'm saying? But we only as good as each other. Bottom line. If the team lose, we all lose. We all lose. So it's only right we ask these questions. It's only right we all get the information we need to change our situation. Ask the question, y'all. Seriously.
Facts. Thanks so much for that, Shiz. That's so true. You know.
Hey, can I piggyback off
yeah.
So President?
Of course.
President.
Go for it.
Hey, let me turn the light on so y'all can see me. Big shout out to Mr. President Shaw Shields. And throw it back to Self, man. Phenomenal training thus far. And I just want to say, man, because I'm going through that right now with my team, man. I got a whole bunch of people just being church mice, man. They just quiet. They're not saying a word. They're not getting on the trainings. They not, they just not taking advantage of the opportunity that they said was valuable. So, don't fall into that, man, because at the end of the day, I'm not prone to just be watching people win and I can't play. I don't like that, and talking transparently, right? This month, man, I thought I was going to be, right where I was last month. And it gets crazy when people don't keep their commitment, people don't, answer the phone. Listen, we just, like you said, we just got to have faith. And see, my faith is strong. My belief is strong, man. Like, I don't doubt for a second the potential I have, the opportunity that's in front of us, the team that I'm a part of, right? We just got to keep pushing. That whole time I was out there in New York City, I kind of was kicking myself in the butt because I was being real unproductive. Not intentionally, it's just that the way the situations were set up. And even though I felt like that, I'm still going to get a sign up out of that tomorrow. So, even when I wasn't productive, I was being productive. I still was studying. I did miss the Tuesday training, but that's because I was in bad signal area. But I say all that to say this, y'all, like, don't think that you're the only person who has a bad day. You know what I'm saying? Don't think because every time you see us online or Facebook, whatever, we smiling and we cheesing, like we're not going through the motion. Like, I'm really, literally going through it as I'm talking to you. You understand what I'm saying? Life is going to happen to us regardless. And how Les Brown say we're not going to slide out of this thing alive, man. Like, we're going to get bumps and bruises. It's going to happen. Okay? So, like she said, man, big shout to Mr. President, man. Speak your piece, man, even if it's not a question. Speak your piece. Speak the thing that bothers you the most. What is it about? Like, I want to give a big shout to Cass Walker. I don't know if he's on this training, but I did have a chance to talk to him sometime last weekend, and he was just basically telling me, like, how do I get them to call back, or what am I doing wrong to why they're not calling me back? So I appreciated the question. I walked them through the system. We got him a better understanding, and now we're just going to see if the application is strong. Don't sit on these trainings, not just this one, Tuesday, Thursday, Sunday, Monday, on the group chat, whatever, and just not speak. And don't just think that it's just going to magically occur to you one day. You're just going to wake up with this epiphany, and boom, everything is going to fall into place. No, it don't work that way. The reason why I began to do so well is because I swallowed my pride. I pulled Mr. President to the side and I made him tell me what I needed to do. You understand what I'm saying? And once he told me what to do, I went and I did it. That's all this thing is. That's what we're here for. Like Sophie said, this is a safe place. We are very safe here because this is family. IOU, baby. You know what I'm saying? Y'all all excited screaming about this cruise, right? Listen, I like to go on these events knowing that I earned my spot there. I don't want to just show up because I bought a ticket. You understand what I'm saying? I want to walk on that cruise knowing like, yo, I bust my ass all the way up until July 26th. You understand? And even after, even during, that's what it's about, y'all. So I appreciate the opportunity, man. And I kind of just, I love y'all, B. That's it. Let's grow.
Thank you, Earl. I appreciate you, and I appreciate that Shiz as well. You know, like he said, you know, Shiz said, ask the questions. And like Earl was 100% real. He was like, he had to just ask the questions, and then he got the answer, right? They say if you ask bad questions, you get bad answers. If you ask good questions, you get good answers. If you ask no questions, you get no answers, all right? So make sure you're asking questions. And like, listen, we grown adults here, and we all go into the same goal, right? And we're a team. So you can express how you feel, man. Express your concerns. If you think there's something we suck at, you can let us know that as well, you know, because all that's going to do is help us get better. If you think there's something, you know, that doesn't work for you, talk to us. Let us know what's happening, because we could probably go through it scenario by scenario and find out exactly what's going on and where you're going wrong or how we can improve it. So definitely, you know, appreciate that, Shiz and Earl. I see Rome asked a question. He said, how do I teach time management? I obviously have more time than most because Rome is a full-time entrepreneur. So he said, how do I teach how to organize time better, right? Keisha responded, time management, you know, look up Time Matrix by Franklin Covey. It helps distinguish the urgent and important from the non-urgent and unimportant. So thanks for that, Keisha, right? Franklin Covey, Time Matrix. And, you know, for me, what I would, you know, and anyone is free to chime in who's good at managing time. But what I say is you've got to set a schedule. You got to treat your business almost like you treat your job, right? During the hours of 9 to 5, you are committed and laser focused on the tasks at work. So with your business, you got to choose some time. It might not be 9 to 5, right? Especially if most people are doing this part-time. So, you know, what they say is you don't want to go to work from 9 to 5 and then from 5 to 9 is when you should be working your business, right? 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. So you want to set a schedule, you know, and then in that time frame, some of you guys may not be able to do 5 to 9. I know you got the kids, so it might be 7 to 9. It might be 9 to midnight. Who knows? It doesn't matter how much time it is. The key is that you set the time, and during that time, you've got specific tasks that you want to accomplish during that time. So what are some of those tasks? You want to make sure you're making new connections, right? You maybe want to be making a certain amount of phone calls, right? Maybe a certain amount of follow-up phone calls, all right? So some other milestones may be like, how many people are you showing the presentation or the video to? But during that time frame is when you gotta, guys, what I've started to do, and some of y'all on the line could probably attest to it, I've got to a point where at certain times when I'm trying to get stuff done, I turn my phone off. I just turn the ringer off and throw it over there. Because if I don't, the phone will constantly distract me. And now my 2-hour time frame, I really only had 35 minutes. Because I've been checking the phone, right? I've been in the group, answering y'all in the group. You know, a phone call come in, I'm taking that. You're not gonna have focused efforts if you're always distracted. So pick a time. Tell your kids, this is your time, you know. Tell your spouse, during this time, this is my time. Turn your phone off, throw it to the side. Tell your team you're not taking 3-ways during that time, and do your focus actions. You know, make your phone calls, make your connections. That's what I've started to have to do, and I'm seeing it to get results, you know, because I used to feel, and I'm sure some of you guys, and feel free to unmute yourself, I used to feel like nobody was running my life. Like, from I woke up in the morning until I went to bed, I was like, always like, call, training, 3-way.
Facts.
Like, it was like, yo, this thing, whoa, I ain't getting paid enough for all of this. Like, so I had to realize that, you know, even though I want the big goal, you got to still have focused efforts, because there's a difference between being busy and being productive. And I was very busy, but it wasn't really productive busy. You know, it was like answering messages and staying in the group for all day when there's 17 other leaders who could have answered that question and I could have been doing what I needed to do, right? So I would say pick a time frame outside of your job, be consistent with it, and like it's discipline, right? If you pick 6 to 9 p.m., at 6 to 9 p.m., don't do nothing else but your business, you know, and set those milestones. And I guarantee you'll be more productive in that 2 to 3 hour laser focused time than if you're just doing it all day long. Anyone ever felt like that before? Like you was just burning
I did.
both ends?
Everything Nove. Telly got tight with me one time. Oh, you doing Nove this, Nove that, Nove this, Nove that? Yeah, it was Nove nonstop.
Like, you want to love your business and you want to be obsessed with your business and you want to be obsessed with success, but you also got to make sure that you have some kind of work-life balance, you know, because if you only focus on your business and you got a significant other at the crib, soon you're going to only have Nove and you ain't going to have no one at the crib. Right? So you got to make sure you find that balance. Like, shouts out to my man Daryl Smith, who's probably listening into us. You know, his wife Doris, who was like one of our honorary members, right? She kicked it to us in Vegas at our retreat. You know, she just had a surgery and he's on the training, you know, but he has to balance the fact that he had to miss Market and Mastery this weekend because he has to take care of his wife, right? So you've got to realize that you've got to handle business, but you got to take care of home as well. You know, you got to make sure you're not neglecting your kids. You're spending time with them. And the easiest way to make sure that you're not neglecting other areas of your life is to schedule time for your business. Okay? Schedule time for your business. Does that make sense? Does that help?
Yo, guys, not only, that makes perfect sense. So, but not only do y'all schedule time, make sure whatever time you commit to whatever it is you're doing, and I'm not just talking about business, I'm talking about anything, that you're intentional with that time. Like, you're intentional with whatever it is that you're doing. The only reason why I'm telling you that is because in order to get the maximum result, you got to be intentional. That's like if you sitting in the classroom and the teacher's giving a lecture, but you never apply what the lecture's about. Like, you never apply the nuggets given to you, then it's just information. It means nothing. There was no change. There was no effect. You sat there, time got wasted because you got given nuggets, but you didn't do anything with it. If you commit 45 minutes, an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, whatever it is you commit to, like your business, home, relationship, whatever, just be intentional with it. You understand what I'm saying? Be intentional with it, because at the end of the day, when you do that, you'll maximize the result. Whatever result you're looking for, you're going to maximize. But you can't maximize it just being there. Again, that's like a job, right? If you show up to work, but you don't physically do the work, you're not getting paid. They don't pay you to show up. It's the action that gets you paid. It's the work that you take that gets you paid. It's the physical movement that gets you paid. So that's the same thing in your business. Like, if you're feeling at your champion club form, but you honestly are just putting names there because you asked a question, you didn't have a conversation, you didn't share any content or nothing, then are you really doing something, or are you just putting names on a sheet of paper? You understand what I'm saying? It's the action. It's what you do with it. It's not. I seen people, no lie, spend 45 minutes for 4 days straight on their business and make 6 figures. 45 minutes. But you gotta imagine how intense they 45 minutes is. How intentional they are with that 45-minute window. That's the reason why they seeing 6 figures. It's not because they do it for 4 days straight. It's not because they chose to set a time aside. Setting a time aside is the key. That's starting. What you do with that time is very important. I just want y'all to understand that. It's what you do with the time. If you set the time aside and physically don't do nothing, you're not intentional with it, you just set a time to waste. That's all you did. You said this particular time is what you're going to waste. And then you move on. Be intentional, y'all. I'm telling you, it works. But it's like anything else in life, it's a process. It doesn't happen overnight. It takes time to happen. Soph didn't become the person she is just overnight. Me and Soph entered this business the same amount of time. And I kid you not, she always had it. Like, there was always something special about her, but her skill level right now, her posture right now, the way Soph is a magnet, like, people that's not in Nove, that doesn't do affiliate marketing, watch Soph videos, listen to Soph, hop on her calls and things of that nature. That's because she built her leadership skills. Like, she built her presence. She built everything, her market, her brand, everything. But it didn't happen overnight. 4.5 years ago, I bet you if you would ask Soph right now, she'd be in this position right now, she'd be like, hell no. Like, pardon my French, but she would be like, no, I wouldn't. Why? Because we saw success. Like, we envisioned it, but we didn't know how it was going to happen. It wasn't a blueprint. We didn't have, like, what y'all got right now in Nove, we didn't have. And that's why I'm so excited about y'all future. Like, I'm crazy about seeing where y'all going to go with it, because at the end of the day, y'all got so much more than me and Soph had, me and Mel had, me and Earl had, me and L Boogie had, Miss Linda had. Like, it's so many different people that was here. And we didn't have these like tools and this commodity and things of this nature. Like IOU, man, it's the best team in Nove, first and foremost. I don't want to start no trouble. I don't care what anybody say. Best team in Nove. If I may, it could be the best team in the industry. I don't want to start no trouble. I'm just saying. You know, it is what it is. But at the end of the day, y'all, just be intentional, man. I guarantee you the result will come. Stay focused, stay laser focused, and just be consistent with it. But also don't burn yourself out. What Soph is talking about, what Rome asked, perfect question, Rome. And shout out to Rome. I know y'all be seeing me share a lot of Rome posts, and the reason why I share it is because Rome posts is valuable. Like, he really adds value. And I really appreciate it. Like, honestly speaking, I know some things, but I be reading his posts and learning some things. So big shout out to Big Rome Vibe, man. Way to grow, way to go. You really doing it, man. Shout out to the whole Colorado, Lala, everybody. I see y'all, Angela Hall, y'all doing it. Shout out to the whole IOU, but just be intentional, y'all. I'm telling you, this team is making history. Y'all don't even understand it. Y'all are making history. We are having breaking record numbers, man. Like, our numbers is bananas. And that's all based on y'all being consistent and us as a team doing it every single day. I kid you not, y'all. We got this, man. And by the time we get to the cruise, yo, listen, if we do what we need to do, not if, when we do what we need to do, yo, the cruise, man, it's gonna be a movie. This is part 2, y'all. Y'all, some people miss part 1, but I hope you make part 2. You hear me?
For sure. You already know. That's what's up, man. Shiz, thank you. You see, he's always adding value, man. That's what I'm talking about. And for you guys on here who hear the voice of y'all ain't see him, it's because he with his daughter. So he probably sitting in the bathroom with the shower curtain behind him. He don't want y'all to see, right? No, but that's that's one of our top leaders on this team. Shouts out to Mr. Level 5. Two ranks in 2 months. If y'all broke, ask him to borrow something, right? I'm only playing. I'm kidding. He will kill me, right? No, but Shiz, man, he's so committed to his business and to just bettering his best and helping making sure everyone on this team does the same thing. So make sure you listen to those are nuggets. Those are gems. So we got time for maybe 2 more. I see Juliet says, I would like to know if anyone has any ideas of posting for prospects on social media. Okay, social media. So you're lucky, right, Juliet? Because the notes that I'm looking at, I actually had some other notes on social media in the same book. So I was looking for it while Shiz was talking. So you might want to write this down. And guys, this might help a lot of you guys, right? Because all of us, we're living in a social media era. And, we want to market our business online, which is genius, right? Because it's a way for us to really reach a lot of people, at our fingertips. So I'm going to give you, 5 really effective ways to promote your business online, okay? And then we got Lovely, and then we're going to wrap it up, okay? So Lovely, right after this. So the first thing you want to do on social media is you got to choose your platform. Choose the right platform. What do I mean? Is it going to be Facebook? Is it going to be Instagram? Is it going to be YouTube? Is it Snapchat, right? How do you know? You got to consider your customers and your business, right? Who's your ideal market? Like for some of you guys, I know I look like a little baby. I look like a teenager, right? But I'm in my 30s, right? Don't mind me looking young. I'm in my 30s, so Snapchat is not right for me. Just me personally, because the people that I connect with ain't on Snapchat, right? Snapchat is like a younger demographic. So you've got to consider those things. Who are you? Who's listening to you? Who are you connected with? What's your platform? So my platform is Facebook. I use Facebook because that's where most of my people are and they want to hear me speak. When I'm on Instagram, I'm posting more lifestyle because the people on Instagram, they want to hear me talk about no motivation. They just want to see me with some yachts and and food, right? They're visual. So you got to understand, first of all, the platform and who you're talking to. One thing I would share, which is a nugget, guys, is don't post the same things on all your platforms, okay? That's the most annoying thing ever. Let me tell you why. It's because if I'm following you on Facebook, we're friends on Facebook, and I'm following you on Instagram, and I'm following you on Snapchat, and every day at the same time you post all the same things, exactly the same, why would I follow you? I'm going to unfollow you on something because I see the same thing on all, right? So you want to make sure you're telling a different story on each platform. You can use the same content, but post it at different times. Does that make sense? So you got to find your platform. The second thing is You know, you want to create a calendar. You want to find out what times you're going to post, right? When is your timeline most active, all right? You want to figure out, you want to plan your posts in advance, right? You want to know which hashtags you want to use, right? You want to know what photos you want to use. You want to set some goals and track your progress. You don't want to just post for posting's sake. Like, guys, one thing I've noticed is when I post, I realize that when I post videos, first of all, give me the most engagement. That's why I do so much videos, okay? It's not because I like videos. It's because videos get me the most engagement. Then I realized that after videos, people like pictures, but they like pictures where it's showing a lifestyle. If I'm showing a nice house, a nice car, a nice restaurant, people engage with those posts. If I take a selfie, they don't care so much. Right? They don't really want to see me. They want to see my background. So how do I notice? It's because I track it. When I post stuff and I see that this didn't get many likes, this didn't get any comments, I'm not going to keep posting those things. I'm going to post the things that get the engagement. So you've got to measure your results, okay? The third thing, you want to encourage engagement. On social media, you want to encourage engagement. That means that you want to ask questions. You want your post to be interactive. Write this down, guys. Comments are better than likes. Shares are better than comments. Okay? So in order of importance, right, from least to greatest, it's likes is the lowest, then comments, then shares. So you want to post things that's going to get people not just liking it, but actually leaving a comment or sharing it. So think about that when you're making a post. When you're posting a fly picture, you want to ask a question. You want to get posted where people can respond. That's going to create engagement for you, okay? And that's a way for you to continue the conversation. 4, this one is important. Don't over promote, okay? Don't over promote. What does that mean? Don't post Nove, credit, right? Sound like one of these mumble rappers, right? No, you don't want to just post your business all the time. Here's why. Because people stop paying attention. They get bored quickly. Tell me the truth. When we're watching TV and a commercial comes on, what do? We get up, we go pee, we go make a sandwich, right? We move from the TV when a commercial is on. So if on social media, your page is starting to look like a big commercial, people are going to stop even looking at what you posted, okay? So don't over promote. We have something called the 1 in 7 rule. Okay, write that down. 1 in 7. You want to have 7 content-based posts, right? It might be lifestyle, it might be education, and then 1 promotional post. Most of us got 7 promotional posts and then 1 picture of some food. That's the wrong way to do it, guys. We got to reverse it, okay? Look at like some of the leaders. So what I would encourage you to do is go to my page, go to Shiz's page, go to Rome's page, go to Jamel's page, right? Go to Earl's page, go to El Boogie's page, Kelly's page. Go to some of the leaders, go to Chris Dior's page and look at how we're posted and start to emulate that formula, okay? So if you don't see us posting Nove all day long, you don't post Nove all day long because you want to follow Copy the Right Cat, Success Leaves Clues, okay? And the final thing is share video content. Share video content. People don't like to read. They'll look at pictures, but guess what? They will watch a video. So share video content. If I post something, Mr. McDaniel posts something, Shiz posts something, Earl, Daryl, someone posts something of value, share it. It don't only have to be us on this team, guys. If Mr. Ali, y'all see us posting, the Dare Millionaire, Good Morning Millionaire in the morning, it's because people will watch that, and that's really good content. And that's a great way for you to become an expert with the people in your timeline, because they're going to be like, dang, she shared some good stuff. That was good. Share video content. A lot of you guys aren't comfortable enough yet to create your own content, so just share some of ours, okay? And the bonus I'm going to give you is add value. Provide real value. What do I mean? Just like we're talking about with Rome. Teach your people something, okay? Like most people don't know the 5 things that make up their credit score. So on a post or a video, just tell them, these are the 5 things that make up your credit score. Credit mix, utilization, payment history, what else? Someone else. Y'all know it, right? But y'all just post that kind of stuff, and your timeline, the people on your timeline are gonna be like, dang, I didn't know that. Now they're interested. You know, now they're engaged. So those are just some tips for you guys for social media. Who was that? Juliet, I hope that helped. Okay, let me know if that helped in the chat. Okay, lovely, it's all yours. Unmute yourself and talk to us.
All right. Shalom, everybody. Okay, so basically, a lot of what you just said pretty much spoke to what I was going to talk about. Okay, so El Boogie, my upline, posted an engagement post, a post on social media, and I did that. I'm on IG and Facebook, so I utilize. And I did get some engagement from that. And first started out with 2, so I kind of like loved it. She said, you know, do more than that, you know, talk to them. So I did that. And now in the past few days, it's went up to like 6 people. So now I feel kind of overwhelmed because now I feel like I'm falling behind. I have to kind of catch up between what I'm doing with, you know, my youth, which they're supposed to be in bed right now. But anyway, between talking to people, so I'm like, oh my gosh, you know, they're coming more and more. So the more people see other people comment, they started commenting too. I started noticing that. And so now I'm like, okay, I need to follow up. And, you know, so she sent me also the question. I think we talked about that on another IOU, the different questions. So I'm asking like about stuff we talked about before. Do I need to have the meaningful conversation? So they're like, you know, just follow up, talk to them. So basically, I'm just now needing to catch up with all, it's like about 6 of them now, 7 that keeps adding, and trying to, you know, talk to these prospects and see what can happen. Then I realized on top of that, I hadn't done the W-9 form yet. So I'm looking back, trying to figure out, you know, back at your videos today, trying to figure out where that is, and I hadn't found it yet. So just some tips on that.
I got you. So 2 things. The easier one first. The W-9, all you got to do is go on your computer and just Google W-9, right? And it's a form. Just print it out. And I have a video on YouTube that tells you how to fill it out. But it's really easy. It's just name, social security number, address, and sole proprietorship. That's all. And then you just sign it and send it into accounting@novemoney.com. Guys on the line, if you're listening to us and saying, what in the world is a W-9? That's the form you need to send to accounting@novemoney.com so you can get paid, okay? If you start to earn commissions and you start to get referrals and get commissions, they're not going to allow you to withdraw to your bank account until they get your W-9 for tax purposes. So make sure if you haven't done that, you get that done ASAP, all right? So the W-9, you can just Google it, or in your Nove Money back office, under support, you'll see it there, W-9. You can print it there, okay? As far as the engagements, congratulations, celebrate, girl, be excited. That's a great problem to have, that you got people actually interested, and now you just feeling, you know, overwhelmed to keep up with them. Here's the first thing I would tell you. Don't feel overwhelmed. Here's why. It's your business, you're in control, okay? You don't have to respond to them in 5 minutes. You don't. I know we feel that way, but you don't, okay? You want to make sure you say something to them to let them know that you've acknowledged them. But then what I always say is this. This is my golden line. When someone wants information or something, I inbox them immediately and I say, hey, what's up? I see you just commented or you asked for more info on this post. What's your availability to talk? And I find out. And guess what? Let's say they say I'm available right now, but you're not. That's cool. Okay, well, I'm available tomorrow or Friday. You know, you're in control. They don't run you. You run this. Okay? So just keep that in mind. Like, have that posture. Don't feel like because they hit you up, you got to answer in 1 minute. And because they say, you could call me right now, you got to call them right now. No, I'm not available. I'm available tonight between 7 and 9. Does that work for you? If they say no, then okay, when are you available tomorrow or whichever day you are free? You let them know your availability and you make them fit into your schedule because you've got what they need. You understand what I'm saying? So if you kind of look at it that way, you won't be overwhelmed, because what makes you feel overwhelmed, and we've all been there, is like, they hit me up now, man. I got to get them now, man. They ain't going nowhere. They could have been messed up for the last 10 years. They could wait 2 days. right? Like, so once you have that posture about it, then you'll realize like, oh, don't trip, don't trip, and take your time. But here's the key. Make sure you go print out our champion club form, okay? Because the champion club form, it's at novemoneytraining.com, okay? novemoneytraining.com. Under documents, you're going to see the champion club form. What that form is it's a tracking sheet to show you who you're talking to. So you always know who you talk to and who to follow up with. Because don't try to remember, guys, and don't fall into the trap that I fell into for 2 years of thinking that I was just going to go back to my Facebook messages. Oh my God, it's like hell, okay? Because I'll talk to 10 people and then talk to 20 more, and then I got to scroll for hours trying to find out who. No, write it down, old school, all right? So those 7 people that ask for info, write their names on their champion club form. And then as you start to have the meaningful conversations with them and send them the videos, you move them to that second part of the sheet which says, did they see any information yet? And then at least now you'll know who to follow up with. So if you're looking at 7 names on the top and only 3 names in the middle where they saw a video, now you know those other 4 people ain't seen a video yet. So you know kind of where to pick up the conversation. Does that make sense? So kind of keep that in mind. Don't get overwhelmed. It's a great problem to have. I got someone who got started with us. She had like maybe 150 comments on one of those posts that said Experian is under fire for reporting inaccuracies. She literally had 150 people comment. And she started to feel like, oh my God, I want to quit because this is so much. But I'm like, listen, you ain't got to get to all 150 today. Get to 5 every day. And over the next couple of weeks, you'll get to them all. Because half of them ain't gonna respond when you hit them up no way, okay? So just know that you're in control. It's your business. Run it like your business. Don't let these people dictate the shots. You call the shots, all right? And that's gonna help you as well, all right? Hope that helps.
Hey, can I add something, Soph?
Yeah, go ahead, Earl.
I had a discovery, last week that I realized that life technically is on our side. I was just talking about how, life happens to everybody. So when you're prospecting, right, you're going through your follow-ups and you got a person, this is a friend, family, somebody you met brand new, whatever, and they're kind of apprehensive or reluctant in the beginning, and it's like months is passing. The mantra is nobody joins immediately, but they always join eventually. But the reason why they join eventually is because life is continuing our process for us. You understand what I'm saying? Their life is dripping on them with the pain that they told us about. So I don't have to call you back to remind you that your rent is $1,800 on the first. I don't have to call you back to remind you that your car's a hoopty and a tranny done blew twice. I don't have to call you and tell you that. Your life is going to do that for you. So what made me kind of realize that is I was standing, I was in my hood and I was talking to a friend of mine's wife. She stopped and talked to me and my mother, yada, 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 blah, blah, blah. And, everybody's so fascinated that me and my mother, we both bought houses. We don't live in my project no more. My in-laws still do, so we're trying to get them out of there next. And, she's just telling me her plight. I said, I fix credit. She knows this because we had this conversation already months ago, okay? So I gave her a brochure. She went upstairs. I left the city for like 3 days. I went upstate. I was gone. So I came back Sunday, Father's Day. We outside. We minding our business, enjoying Father's Day beverages, right? And her husband, he came downstairs. He just saw me. He was just like, yo, I'm ready for you. I'm going to get with you. This, that, and the third. So my man, he looking at me like, yo, what is he talking about? All I'm telling him is, listen, I got you. My office hours is 9 to 5. And it's a holiday today, so I will talk to you tomorrow about 6:30, because, whatever. But it just made me realize, like, wow, I didn't have to say much to him. His environment continued to drip for me. His circumstance. So just keep that in mind as well. Just always add that value. Continue to be the best example of your best advice, and they're going to call you back.
Straight up. Great. That's great info, great intel, or great insight, right, Earl? Like he said, people are gonna, their circumstance, if nothing changes, nothing changes. So if they call you because, like you said, they want to get out of that overpriced apartment, right? And they credit jacked up, that's why they can't get in the house, and they don't get started, in 6 months, they still paying that overpriced apartment, right? So that, like you said, their circumstance. What our goal is just to be readily available when they're ready. But that don't mean that you gotta, run around in circles around them, because there's so many people out here for us to help. So those are great questions, guys. Those are great questions. All right. Earl, I don't know what I do, Logan, and I'm ready to go knock on his door, man. But he a big dude, though. You see, he's like, so I gotta.
Listen, don't start. Listen.
He a big dude.
Listen. First of all, I've been ready to come to Florida for like a week already. You don't even get it. You know what I'm saying? The bigger the order, listen. The bigger they are, the harder they fall. You hear me? No.
Yeah, and small axe cut down big trees. Let's go. Y'all, that's an inside joke. Don't worry about that. That is nothing IOU related, okay? But guys, those were good questions, right? And you see, because you feel comfortable enough to ask the questions, I'm sure some of you guys got some information that you probably needed to really grow your business, But, we're at that time. But guys, like, we're at the halfway mark of the month, and our numbers are down. I'm gonna be real. So this is the part where most people ain't want. This ain't the sugar-coated part. This is the real right here. Okay? Our numbers are down as a team collectively. That don't mean we're doing nothing wrong, but that just means we can do a lot more. We can do a lot more. Each one of us, because if each one of us just go a little bit harder, we just give it an extra 20 minutes a day. We talk to 1 or 2 more people a day. Right? We show 1 or 2 more videos a day. Collectively as an organization, guys, you don't know what that's going to do. Like how Zeke always says, I don't want to mess it up. Earl, you fill me in, right? He always says, like, if you've got 10 people on a team, right? And each person tries to get 1% better, collectively the team just got 10% better. So that's how we got to start to treat it. You don't have to get 100% better. You don't have to do double the effort. Just 1% more. It's 27 of us on here tonight. If each one of us just do 1% more, which is nothing, guys, which is a little smidgen, that's 1 phone call more. That's 5 more minutes of personal development. Our team just got 27% better. Your team, if you start to implement that in your team and just push everyone to do a little bit more. See, in our business, we don't need a lot of people doing a lot of things. We just need a lot of people doing a little thing. And that's what's going to blow up our businesses collectively. So let's go ahead and give it our best. Let's better our best. Let's go a little bit harder. Let's push a little bit more further. Leaders, if you're level 2 or higher, we're going to start doing a leadership call every week. So I'm sorry we got another call to add to the schedule, but that's because leaders lead, right? So you got to do a little bit more than it's expected from the rest because you're a leader. So I'm going to drop that in the chat after we get off the call. So we'll pick a date. But guys, if you're going to Marketing Mastery this weekend, safe travels. And let's really give it our best. Let's get what we came for. You said yes to your business because something in your life you wanted to change, but you got to make sure you're doing things to create those changes because it's not going to happen magically. It takes effort, and everything worth having is worth working for. So let's go to work, guys. It's on us, okay? IOU, baby. Appreciate you guys for hopping on, taking time out. I'm going to post a recording either tonight or first thing in the morning. But God bless and love you all right? Take care.